A very good morning to you out there, and thanks for joining us on this edition of the program Impact, reaching you live on ITV. My name is Francisca Olga, and what we do on this program is you and I get to bear our minds, get to contribute to the discussions, get to talk Nigeria into shape. Today on the program, we will be taking our time to join the rest of the world in celebrating one of the pillars in Nigeria's aviation sector, that's the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. For 25 years of existence in Nigeria, for 25 years, they have been regulating and enforcing within the aviation sector. And you will agree with me that Nigeria has had some good times when it comes to civil aviation. We've hardly had mishaps like we used to have back then, where you have fatalities in their numbers. So it's a kudos to Ncaa, and we want to say whatever they've been doing in terms of enforcement, they should please go ahead and continue to ensure that we have safer skies, which, by the way, is the theme for this year's 25th anniversary celebration. Before we go into that celebration on a sad note, I want to take time out on this program to say my farewells to Pa Edwin Clark, a nationalist indeed, somebody who served Nigeria in every sense of the word. An educationist, somebody who believed in Nigeria enough to let his children school in public schools, even when he could afford to send them out of the country to further their education. Somebody who has always lent his voice whenever we call on him to speak on issues that unite Nigeria, on issues that can move the country forward. As he bows today, as he goes home to sleep, would like to say, may he continue in joyful activities. Nigeria indeed has lost a colossus. On this note, I'm going to go back to the celebratory mood where I bring you the 25th anniversary of the Nigeria Civil Aviation Authority. Sit back and watch.
You know how they say, it is not the years in your life, but the life in your years that count. For the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, indeed, it has been 25 years of impact, enforcing the aviation sector for safer skies in Nigeria. The past, the present, and the future came together to celebrate 25 years of the NCAA's existence in Nigeria. As is often the case, there was a recap of how it all started and where it is all going to by past DGs of the NCAA and past aviation ministers.
When we were doing Category 1, my wife asked to fight me that I could not sleep on the same bed with her because I was calling young women at night. I get phone call from America because it's time difference. This is wrong. We are not here yet. I called the officer. I don't even look at the time. 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I call you. Your husbands were there, and they were wondering who was calling my wife. But they all responded very well, and without them, we could never have attained Category 1. It's not a democracy, it's a collective responsibility.
25 years. It started from somewhere. How? My first assignment was Ncaa General Assembly. So when I got there, because I've been a driver, whether I call it driver or pilot, I've been a pilot for quite some time before they made me minister. So I went to that meeting, that gathering, and from what I saw after the whole exercise, I hate to come last outside of my life. I've been struggling to be made first. So something I'm leading should not be second, should be first. So that's to tell you that I was not too happy about the whole thing. It's okay. So when I came back, my first assignment was to make sure this thing must change to first, because that's why I belong. I take first all the time. So I started the process. I conceived this child. And in this context, when I say child, talking about NCAA, because NCAA is twin. NCAA is twin. Yes. NCAA and NAMA. So they are twin, but I use NCAA. NCAA will cover the two of them. I want to call it NCAA and NAMA. So I started the process. How did I do it? I assembled some, what eggheads. What eggheads in aviation. Quite a few of them. Captain Aliu, Dr. Aliu, who was then my technical advisor, not a technical advisor, my PA, Awio, late now, so unfortunately, 2 Air Force group captains, and all, a few of them together. We started working around the clock.
The ovation that greeted Captain Harold Demoren when he stood up to make his speech is a testament of his great contribution, especially in the achievement of Category 1 status. Goodwill messages poured in from various aviation agencies and the airlines. Everybody, without any iota of doubt, agreed that the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has actually borne its name in terms of enforcement in the aviation sector. It was an evening of performances also, as guests in attendance were thrilled with beautiful musical renditions and a drama dance. This dovetailed into a period of awards and recognition for people who had left a mark in the sector while serving in the NCAA and beyond.
Captain Chris Najomo and the entire management staff, and of course, on behalf of our dear Honorable Minister, one and only Festus Keyamo, I present this award in honor of our first teach. One who say me, so rest in peace. What is spirit teaches us. So thank you very much indeed. It is my honor and privilege to stand before this great man, this distinguished Nigerian. And everybody likes to see and likes to listen to you when you talk aviation. In my days as a young civil servant, I used to watch you and I used to love listening to you talking aviation on television. Therefore, on behalf of the management and staff of the NCAA and overall Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development, we recognize you today. You are alive. You continue to be strong. Thank you.
The Minister of Aviation and others were recognized for their contribution to keeping the Ministry of Aviation and the Nigerian aviation sector alive and placing it on the global map. Among airlines that received award for their contribution to the growth and development of Nigeria's aviation sector include Overland, Sky Power, Ibom Air, KLM International, Arik Air, and Air Peace.
Allow us to give Air Peace a round of applause. Because Air Peace has been one airline that has been diligent, that has been steadfast and committed into. They have traveled all over, they have gone all over, they're trying to get to all the nook and corners of Nigeria, West Africa, and of course down in London on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Aviation and the entire management of NCAA. I congratulate you.
The newly confirmed Director General of the NCAA, Captain Chris Najomo, had a lot to say in thanksgiving and appreciation to his predecessors who had set the pace for the NCAA.
Tonight, we honor not just our past, but also our future, celebrating the milestones that have defined our industry and the people who have propelled us further. Our journey over the last 25 years has been one of resilience, excellence, and unwavering commitment to the highest standards in aviation regulation. This progress has been made possible by the tireless dedication, commitment, and doggedness of our past Director Generals and management teams, the unwavering support of service providers, aviation associations, our league of credible pressmen, over-articulate unions, and of course the entire Ncaa staff. Your collective contribution have elevated the Ncaa to its current status as a leader in global aviation safety and oversight. This celebration also aligns with Mr. President's renewed hope agenda, which underscores the importance of a thriving aviation sector in the national development. Under the guidance of our Honorable Minister, we have seen transformative policies, strengthening regulatory frameworks, and enhance our overall operational efficacy. Towards ensuring our skies remain safe and safer, our airlines stronger, and our economy more robust.
The Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Mr. Festus Keyamo-San, spoke to how he had, in the footsteps of his predecessors, ensured that the Ncaa survived the Oronsaye report and lives on to ensure safer skies for Nigeria.
Unknown to you, and maybe known to a few people, you know the Oronsaye report also recommended the merger of Ncaa and NAMA. And so that was also another attempt to kill the Ncaa. That report was passed on, I think, from Jonathan's government to Buhari's government, and then to the present government. Because I think the Oronsaye report was ready since Jonathan's government, if I remember. So that was another attempt to kill the Ncaa. And so throughout the tenure of Buhari's government, we couldn't consider that report. Incidentally, I was the only surviving minister from Buhari to this government, so I was part of that government, and it came up a few times. It came up a few times in council, but we couldn't consider it. But guess what? It was one of the first items we considered in this government. So the Oronsaye report came up that day, and I was ready with my battle axe. And so the president went on and on, considered every item in the Oronsaye report, and asked council to vote. And for each item, they'll listen to the ministers, a measure of this ministry and that. And so they came to aviation. And the president said, measure of Ncaa and NAMA as one body. And I raised my hand, I said, sir, I spoke for about 5 minutes. And because we have a wonderful president who listens to, good counsel and good arguments, after I finished speaking, he said, item dropped. Ncaa and NAMA will not. So, sir, like a good son, the baton you passed on to your son, I kept the baton alive by making sure that.
When the elders in the house, the she-goat does not suffer the pains of patrician. It was thus that former bosses spoke to how the Ncaa can continue to keep its track record.
On behalf of all the DJs and speaking for new and my past ones, Captain Ajomo, you're doing well. But let me leave you one word. Human capacity is very important. Aviation is changing, technology is changing every day. What we are doing yesterday, I know what we are doing right now. Believe you me. Don't look at anybody. Training, continuous training. Capacity is crucial. Without that, you can't do anything. You have brilliant arms here. It costs a lot of money, not just in air not in ticket, but in the timing. But we must continue to do this. If we're going to do this, Honorable Minister, you have the same style. God bless you all.
NCAA's theme song by no less a person than Timi Dakolo was unveiled to the thrill of the audience. Happy 25th anniversary to the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. And here is to safer skies as captured in the theme of the 25th anniversary celebration.
You are watching Impact Reaching You live on ITV, and that was me bringing you the 25th anniversary gala and award night of the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority. It was indeed a delight to see men who had, given their all to build the aviation sector in Nigeria. Big names in the sector like Captain Harold Demoreng, Captain Fola Akinkotu, and Captain Benoni, of course, Briggs. It was really a delight to see men like that alive to see 25 years of what they had fought for, standing firmly, taking shoot and actually doing what it was meant for. And of course, for the newly confirmed DJ of the NCAA, Captain Chris Najomo, fondly called Jolly Papa. It was a delight to see him reenact his days as a flight captain when he made announcements and ended it with rock and roll. I bet you would have loved to be on that flight. In conclusion, would like to say congratulations to the NCAA. Nigerians are pleased with what is going on, and we hope that more will be done to ensure that our skies remain safe, that whenever one has to travel by air, you don't have your heart in your mouth, because the NCAA will be right there, not just watching, but actually enforcing and regulating to ensure that everybody does what they need to do to keep us from having sad news in our aviation sector. On this note, I'll have to say thank you so much for having taken our time to watch today.